Boom. Alright. Oh. Alright, boom. We back with another video, man. You can see by the title what I'm about to say. Now, people might not like what I say, especially people who are fans of Love Island. Don't get me wrong, I think it's a great show. I think it's a great idea. But is it real, genuine love in that show? I could be wrong. I'm just asking the general question because I don't know. Is it real, genuine love on that show? Or are they just, trying to win the money? Season 7 alone has been the craziest shit I've ever seen. I ain't gonna lie, I fuck with season 6 a little more just because, I feel like the couples were more genuine. You feel me? But season 7 has been a catastrophe. It has been very, entertaining per se. Especially with the fans have been saying on Twitter. I'll pull up a couple tweets in a second. But first of all, the casting. I feel like the casting was 50-50. It was good and bad. You got some contestants like, I think, what was her name? Yulissa and Wu. Who was the other one? Let me double check. Hold on. Yulissa and Sierra. They both have videos of them saying racial slurs. I don't know if I can put them in the video. If I do, then they just came up there. Yulissa and Sierra, they both have shit. One of them said the hard R, I believe, and the other one was just, I forgot what the other one was. They both got casted, mic'd up, and they was put on TV and aired and everything before this video even came out. So I kind of feel like the people who get these people in there, they didn't do a background check, fully deep dive into what these people be doing in their spare time. But anyway, now we not gonna all agree. We all not gonna agree with this. You feel me? But this is just my personal opinion, so don't take it to heart, all right? First of all, there's zero chemistry. I got it typed out. So I keep looking to the side. It's because I got it typed out. I had to broken this shit down. Keep in mind, I never watched season 7 of Love Island because I told myself I don't want to watch this shit. But I watched this shit purposely for this video, okay? First of all, there's zero chemistry and zero couples, okay? Now, this season has had no real connections, all right? I could be wrong. Before I even say anything, my favorite person on that show is _HUDA. Y'all could just say that because how she looked or whatever, blah blah blah. But she's entertaining. But she always cry a lot. Anyway, this had nothing to do with the topic right now. But also I fuck with Taylor. I had someone from TikTok Live say I look like Taylor from season 7. So I just kind of just ran with it. So I fuck with Taylor. This season of Love Island, it has no real connections and no power couples. No slow burns, it's just vibes and, recouplings for screen time. That's all it really is, you feel me? Most people on that island, they seem more interested in brand deals. Alright? I'm really clocking shit right now. They seem more interested in brand deals and airtime than actual romance. I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of giving, it's kind of giving LinkedIn, you feel me? Instead of like a love story, but hey, I could be wrong. I don't know what's going on in these people's head. I'm just going off what I see from the outside looking in. I don't know these people. They don't know me. But I'm going off what, what it look like. You feel me? Also, without, emotional stakes or whatever, especially the real ones, all the drama, it kind of feels empty. Now, keep in mind, I love drama and I love being nosy to a certain extent. But when it's forced or whatever, sometimes that shit don't feel all natural, bro. When it's forced, that shit kind of deters me away from being as entertained. But like I said, this is my opinion, so if niggas start talking shit, this is my opinion, okay? Boom. Another topic. Casa Amor, that shit gone. Movie night, that shit is gone as well. This year on Love Island, I don't know if y'all know, but they removed the most iconic twist. No Casa Amor and no movie night, alright? Those were peak drama. Also, instead they gave us VAW, stand on business, you feel me? They gave us stand-on-business challenges and awkward recouplings that drag, way too long. The formula is broken, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but the formula is broken. Also, the in villa, it's people being bullied in the villa, alright? If y'all don't know, it's been a lot of bullying. But I feel like that's natural, especially on these type of shows. People will drag you through the mud, and your name through the mud, whatever, just talk shit behind your back to get one up on another. I don't know why that is. I don't know if that's a life thing, or I don't know if it's a competitive thing, regarding the show. But let's talk about Helena, alright? Her contestant inception with Shakira crossed the line, in my opinion. It wasn't just rivalry. It was, uncomfortable to watch, in my opinion. You remember the anonymous truth or dare shit? Alright. It turned into, misogyny field roast session, where Amaya and, was literally brought to tears. Amaya was crying and shit. I'm gonna try to put a picture up here. Boom. Amaya was crying and shit. To produce it, to air that on purpose, in my opinion. to, you know, try to make it seem like the show is more emotional, you know, like these people going back and forth. I don't know why that is, but it was public bullying. When bullying gets packaged as entertainment, the show kind of loses its plot. Also, the girl hypocrisy is out of this world. This season, the term girl became a weapon. I'm about to break it down for y'all. If a woman didn't follow the unwritten girl code, she was labeled as fake or a snake, even if the guys were doing worse things. I feel like this is a double standard thing, not even just in the show, but I know we're talking about the show, but I feel like this is a double standard thing that happens in real life. Like outside of the cameras and shit, I feel like this is something that happens a lot. And it happens in the real world. Not just the show, it happens in the real world. But for example, like Huda was shamed for exploring connections, but Pepe got a pass. Why is that? Why is that? When it comes to this show though, the double standards are the double standards are damn near embarrassing, I ain't gonna lie. I'm all about, you know, equal shit. I love women, you feel me? But I ain't gonna lie, the shit is kind of crazy. Another topic, the internet, you know, especially X, formerly known as Twitter, it had been going crazy about Love Island. One of my homies just lost the girl he was talking to because he said some bullshit about Love Island. He said, yeah, fuck that show, that shit weak as hell. She went off on him and cut him off. I put it on everything I love. On my granny grave, I put it on everything I love. She cut this nigga off, alright? Alright, like I was saying, the internet is on fire. All screen things are worse, I ain't gonna lie. Contestants and even fans are getting doxxed. You know, they getting doxxed, threatened, harassed online. It got so bad, you know, the host, Ariana, you know, had to beg people to calm down. When people, I think it's a parasocial thing, people act like they see this shit get, you know, aired on TV or whatever, like, and they just feel like they know these people personally, when they don't fucking know you at all. They don't know, you know them, alright? You know them because of how they portray themselves on the internet and whatever, blah, blah, blah. But that doesn't mean that's how they are in real life. So for people to go out their way, you know, start talking shit, threatening people, it's like, I understand, like, the show is, you know, one of your favorites, whatever, you know, it's entertaining as fuck. I admit the show is entertaining. But why you gotta, you know, go outside and go out your way to make threats, though? It should never be that serious. It's a dating show, not a battleground. The fact that, you know, this keeps happening year after year means the producers aren't doing enough, in my opinion. I mean, like, the producers aren't doing enough to protect the cast and their fandom, but also, you can't control what people do and people say and people think, so that's not really their fault, but I kind of just, you know, hand in hand, but I could be wrong, so please don't bash me for this if y'all see this video, because I know it's a whole bunch of Love Island fans. I'm one of them, even though, you know, some shit I'm pinpointing right now, but I feel like the vibe is just off this season, in my opinion. Honestly, this season just feels very angry. Every episode is very tense and dramatic and kind of mean, you know. The shows back then, it used to be very, you know, fun, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, the show is, like, still a vibe. I fuck with it just because of the drama and, like, I like to be nosy, but where's the fun, you know, like, where's the joy? Love Island used to be light, sexy, silly, you know, summer show, you feel me? Now it's like watching, like, a live feed of people slowly losing their minds, in my opinion. This video is very opinionated, alright? So, if you agree with me, you can let me know down below if you agree with what I'm saying. But otherwise, if you haven't watched the show, then please go watch the show so you can understand what I'm saying, so you can come back to the video and understand where I'm coming from. All in all, the season, in my opinion, for entertainment watch, is great. Entertaining watch is great. But I wouldn't say it's a bad season. It's just a broken formula, like I said. Casting, you know, when the casting fails, there's been multiple people who left. Love, you know, that shit, I don't know, I don't even know that's a word people using on that show besides the title. Between the contestants, I don't know, they're using that word love for real. And bullying, you know, when that becomes content, you know, shit is kind of, you know, I don't know if it's worth asking, but is Love Island worth watching if people are getting bullied online? Much, man, I'm not gonna make this video too long because I just want to get this up there and, you know, say what I gotta say. Y'all can let me know what y'all think. Like, is this one of the worst seasons yet, or is this one of the best seasons? Am I just being harsh? Let me know. Like I said, this video is very opinionated. If you don't watch Love Island, then please go watch, you know, a couple episodes, or, like, you know, just to get a feel for it, and then, you know, revert back to this video. But this is just one what I picked up. I purposely watched all of Love Island season 7 just so I can make this video, okay? So trust me, I seen the film and I seen what has been going on. That's why I literally I typed in my notes right here. Like I typed it in on my notes, like everything, just so I can like, you know, break it down a little bit. I'm not gonna talk your head off, man. That was just, you know, me, you know, just talk about my little take from Love Island, you feel me? Cause I know it's popping right now, so let's see how this video does, you feel me? Hopefully this video gets some clicks, you feel me? Hopefully the video gets some clicks, alright? But I'm not gonna take too much of y'all time. I love y'all. Stay safe, stay blessed. Make sure you follow me on IG at LilJJ.ENT up above. Keep in mind, this video is very opinionated, so Love Island fans, please don't take it out on me. I do agree this show is very entertaining, okay? Although I pinpointed some shit, you know, that was kind of off about it. You can't be mad that I kind of said some truth in it. I ain't gonna lie, but the show's very entertaining. And I'm a fan, so without, you know, so just chill on me, all right? I'm finna get out of here, man. I got a song dropping tonight. It's called 𝙵𝚘, D-O-N-K. It got Low Kilo and it got a Low Denny on it, all right? So I'm gonna put a little. I ain't gonna put no snippet, but make sure y'all go tap in with that. Lil JJ on all platforms. I love y'all. Stay safe, stay blessed, like always. Yee, we out there, bitch, man. Don't care. Hee. Also, I'll be going live on TikTok every day. I almost forgot. I'll be going live on TikTok every day. So make sure you follow me on TikTok up there as well. Also, I got an album dropping August 1st, which is my 22nd birthday. August 1st, I'm dropping an album called Rager. This shit is finally happening. So now we finally out this bitch, man. No cap. Peep the fit though. Peep the fit. Peep the fit. Yee!